Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage at the edge of a great big forest, lived a mother pig with her 3 little pigs. The day came, as it always does, when the little pigs were not so little anymore. They were ready to go out into the world and build homes of their own. Mother Pig gathered them close, her heart filled with both pride and a touch of sadness. She gave them each a kiss and some good advice. "Whatever you do," she said, "do it the very best you can. That's the way to get along in the world. And always, always watch out for the big bad wolf. He's sneaky, and he loves a tasty piggy snack." With her words echoing in their ears, the 3 little pigs waved goodbye to their mother and set off on their adventure, oinking with excitement. The first little pig was a cheerful fellow, but he wasn't very fond of hard work. He wanted to build his house as quickly as possible so he could spend the rest of the day playing his flute and dancing. As he trotted down the path, he met a man carrying a large bundle of straw. Perfect, he thought. "Excuse me, sir," he said politely, "could you please sell me some of that straw to build a house?" The man agreed, and the first little pig bought a big bundle. He didn't waste any time. He huffed and he puffed, and he stuck the straw together, and in just a few hours he had a little house made of straw. It wasn't very strong, but it was a house. He felt safe and sound. The second little pig was a bit more practical than his brother, but he was still in a hurry to finish his work and have fun. He walked a little further down the road and soon came across a man with a cart full of sticks. He approached the man and asked, "Kind sir, would you be willing to sell me some of those sticks? I need to build a house." The man was happy to help, and the second little pig purchased a large pile of sticks. It took him a little longer than his brother, but by late afternoon his house of sticks was complete. It looked sturdier than the straw house, and he felt quite proud. He went inside, closed the door, and started singing and dancing, happy to be done for the day. "Do it the very best you can," she had said, and he took that to heart. He knew that building a strong, safe house was the most important thing he could do. He walked past the fields of straw and the piles of sticks, continuing down the road until he saw a man with a wagon full of heavy, red bricks. His eyes lit up. "This is it," he exclaimed. "Bricks are the strongest of all." He went up to the man and said, "Please, sir, can I buy enough of your bricks to build a house?" The man sold him a whole wagon load, and the third little pig got to work. It was hard, tiring work. He had to mix the mortar, lay each brick carefully, one on top of the other, build a strong foundation, and construct a sturdy chimney. He worked all day long, and even as the sun began to set, he kept going. His brothers called out to him from their houses, "Come and play with us." But the third little pig just shook his head and said, "I have to finish my house first." I need to make it strong and safe. While the first two pigs played, a shadow fell over the forest. The big bad wolf had been lurking behind the trees, his stomach rumbling as he watched the pigs, his mouth watered at the thought of a delicious pig dinner. He decided to start with the easiest target. He crept up to the house of straw and peeked through a gap. He could see the first little pig playing his flute, completely unaware of the danger. The wolf knocked on the flimsy straw door. Little pig, let me come in, he growled in his deepest, scariest voice. The little pig's music stopped. He trembled in fear. No, no, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, he squeaked. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, roared the wolf. And he did. He took a great big breath and huffed, and he puffed, and with one mighty blow, the house of straw collapsed into a heap. He burst through the door, shouting, "The wolf, the wolf!" He blew my house down. The second little pig quickly barred the door just as the wolf arrived. The wolf knocked loudly on the wooden door. Little pigs, let me come in," he snarled. The two pigs huddled together, shaking. No, no, not by the hair of our chinny chin chins, they cried out. Then I'll huff, and I'll blow your house in. The wolf bellowed. He took a deep breath and huffed. He took another and puffed. The house of sticks shivered and shook. With one more enormous puff, the sticks flew everywhere, and the house fell apart. The two little pigs screamed and ran for their lives, scrambling towards their brother's house of bricks. They pounded on the strong wooden door, yelling, "Let us in. The wolf is coming." The third little pig, who had just finished his work, quickly opened the door and pulled his brothers inside, bolting it securely behind them. They were all panting and terrified, but the third pig tried to calm them. "Don't worry," he said, "we are safe in here. My house is strong." Just then they heard a loud, angry knock. It was the wolf. Little pigs, let me come in," he demanded, his voice filled with fury. The three pigs, feeling braver behind the solid brick walls, shouted back together, "No, no, not by the hair of our chinny chin chins." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," the wolf roared, more confident than ever. But the brick house didn't move. Not a single brick even wiggled. He tried again. He huffed and he puffed and he puffed until he was completely out of breath. The house stood as firm as a mountain. The wolf was furious, but also very clever. He decided to try a different trick. But the little pig was smarter. He got up at 5 o'clock, went to the field, gathered a pot full of turnips, At 6, the wolf knocked. "Little pig, are you ready?" he called. The little pig laughed. "Ready?" The wolf was enraged. He thought of another plan. "Little pig," he said sweetly, "I know where there's a lovely apple tree." "Where?" asked the pig. "Down at Merry Garden," the wolf replied. "I'll be there at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning to get some for you." The little pig once again outsmarted him. He went at 4 o'clock, but this time the wolf had also come early. Just as the pig was up in the tree, he saw the wolf coming. "Oh, you're here already," said the pig, trying to sound calm. "Are they nice apples?" The wolf said, "Yes, very." "Throw one down for me." The pig threw an apple as far as he could, and while the wolf was chasing it, the little pig jumped down from the tree and ran all the way home. The wolf was absolutely fuming. He had been outsmarted twice. He had one last desperate idea. He shouted, "Little pig, I'm going to climb up your roof, come down your chimney, and eat you all up for my dinner." The 3 little pigs heard him scrambling up the side of the house. The first 2 pigs squealed in fear, but the 3rd little pig was already thinking. He quickly told his brothers, "Quick, help me." They filled their biggest cooking pot with water and put it on the fire. As the wolf started to climb down the chimney, the water began to boil. With a huge splash, the wolf fell right into the pot of boiling water. He howled in pain, leaped right back up the chimney, and ran off into the woods, never to be seen again. The 3 little pigs cheered. They were safe at last, all thanks to the hard work and cleverness of the 3rd little pig.